On this day in history, June 3rd, 1800, the second president of the United States, John Adams, moved into Washington, D.C. Granted, he did not live in the White House until November of that year, but the seat of government was officially shifted from Philadelphia to the nation's new capital, which had been built for 9 years. Washington, D.C., of course, became the seat of not just the president, but Congress and the Supreme Court. Adams is the first president to live in the White House, but not the first president inaugurated in Washington, as he had been inaugurated in Philadelphia. Thomas Jefferson would take that distinction in March of the following year. Then on this day in 1943, after weeks of conflict and fighting between U.S. servicemen and Mexican-American males who wore zoot suits, the Zoot Suit riots broke out in Los Angeles, a sign of racial animosity between whites and Latino Americans. Lastly, on this day in 1989, the Chinese government began to crack down on the protests that had been occurring for months in Tiananmen Square. They imposed martial law and began to violently repress the protesters, leading to the death of 100,000 people.